Have you ever noticed how the people who care the least seem to have the most power? The ones who never explain themselves, who respond on their own time, who can walk away without looking back. They're the ones everyone remembers. Meanwhile, you're over here bending yourself into shapes, trying to be understood, trying to be liked, trying to keep everyone comfortable. And what does it get you? Disrespect disguised as jokes, being taken for granted, having your kindness mistaken for weakness. Imagine for a moment that you could flip a switch. Right now, in this moment, you could turn off that desperate need for approval that's been running your life since childhood. That reflex to smile when someone disrespects you. That urge to defend yourself to people who've already made up their minds. That exhausting habit of over-explaining every decision to people who don't deserve an explanation. What would your life look like if you stopped needing them to understand you? Stopped needing them to like you? Stopped giving away pieces of your power every time someone questioned you? 500 years ago, a man named Niccolo Machiavelli watched this pattern destroy kingdoms. He saw princes fall because they were too eager to be loved. He watched empires crumble because leaders couldn't stomach being feared. And while everyone else was writing poetry about honor and virtue, he was documenting the raw, uncomfortable truth about how power actually works. He wasn't cruel, he was honest. And that honesty got him exiled, hated, and ultimately vindicated by history. Here is what he understood that most people still do'n't. The world doesn't reward the nice guy. It rewards the calculated one. The one who moves in silence while everyone else is broadcasting their every move. The one who keeps his intentions so hidden that people can't tell if he is playing chess or just sitting there. The one who's learned that being liked is a trap that makes you predictable, controllable, and ultimately disposable. Think about your life right now. How many times this week have you swallowed words that needed to be said because you didn't want conflict? How many times have you smiled through blatant disrespect because calling it out would make things uncomfortable? How many times have you explained yourself to someone who is already judging you, thinking that if you just said it the right way, they'd finally understand? Every single time you did that, you handed someone a piece of your power. You taught them that you're manageable, that you can be controlled with guilt, pressure, or the threat of their disapproval. The truth is, people don't actually respect the ones they can easily like. They respect the ones they can't quite figure out, the ones who don't bend when pushed, the ones who don't scramble to defend themselves when questioned, the ones who can sit in uncomfortable silence while everyone else is fidgeting and filling the space with nervous words. These people aren't superhuman. They've just learned something you're about to discover. What you're going to learn today isn't some soft self-help philosophy about loving yourself or thinking positive thoughts. These are street-level strategies for real life, pulled from a man who studied power in its rawest form. You're going to learn why silence is more terrifying than any comeback you could craft. Why making people wait creates a psychological advantage you didn't know existed. Why hiding your pain makes you invincible in a world that weaponizes vulnerability. Why pulling back your warmth is sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself. You're going to discover why the most magnetic people you know all guard mystery, like it's their most valuable possession. Why your absence teaches lessons your presence never could. Why saying less somehow makes every word you do say carry more weight. And why being unreadable, truly unreadable, makes you untouchable in ways that armor never could. By the end of this, something fundamental will shift in how you see yourself. You'll start noticing patterns you've been blind to your entire life. You'll catch yourself about to explain something to someone who doesn't deserve the explanation, and you'll stop mid-sentence. You'll feel that old reflex to seek approval rising up, and you'll watch it pass by like a cloud you no longer need to chase. People around you will sense something's different. They won't be able to name it, but they'll feel it. The dynamic will shift, and you'll finally understand what it means to operate from a position of power, rather than constantly defending your position of weakness. So here's what I need from you right now. Lock in. Turn off whatever's distracting you. Close that other tab. Put the phone face down. What you about to learn doesn't just change how others see you. It rewires how you see yourself. And that internal shift is what makes everything else possible. Before we go deeper, I want you to commit. Drop this in the comments. I choose power over approval. Say it out loud if you need to. Mean it. Because once you cross this line, there's no going back to being that person who needed everyone's permission to exist. Let's start with the most damaging habit you have, the one that has been bleeding your power since the first time an adult asked you, "Why did you do that?" And you learned that you needed a good reason to justify your existence. Your reflex to explain yourself is killing you. Someone questions your decision, and immediately, like a trained response, you start defending, justifying, over-explaining. You think you're clarifying the situation, providing context, helping them understand. What you're actually doing is showing them exactly where you're vulnerable. Every explanation is a crack in your armor. It broadcasts that you care what they think. It proves that their opinion matters enough to make you scramble. And once they know they can affect you, once they see that their words make you react, they own a piece of you. Machiavelli understood this when he wrote about the intelligence of rulers. A smart person surrounds himself with silence when fools demand answers. Stop feeding people explanations they haven't earned. When someone accuses you of something, try this revolutionary approach. Say nothing. When they question your decision, let it hang in the air like a weight they have to carry alone. When they push for reasons, give them a look that says, "I don't owe you that," without saying a word. Watch what happens. They get uncomfortable. That discomfort? That's their problem, not yours. They'll try harder, dig deeper, reveal their real intentions. And you'll watch it all unfold while staying perfectly still. Think about the people you actually respect. Do they constantly explain themselves? Do they scramble to justify their choices to random people who questioned them? No. They make decisions and move on. They speak once, and that's it. Now think about the people you don't respect. They're always talking, always defending, always trying to convince you they made the right call. You can smell the desperation from a mile away. Your silence makes you unpredictable. When people can't get a reaction, can't extract an explanation, they start second-guessing themselves. Maybe they misread you. Maybe they pushed too far. Maybe you're 3 steps ahead, and they just can't see it yet. Here's your new operating system. When challenged, pause. Let the silence stretch until it gets awkward. Then either change the subject or walk away. That's it. No defense, no justification, no giving them the satisfaction. You're not being rude, you're being smart. You're protecting your energy and teaching people that your decisions don't require their approval. Start small. Next time someone questions why you did something, catch yourself before you launch into an explanation. Just say, "I had my reasons," and leave it there. Watch them squirm. Watch them realize they can't control you with guilt or pressure anymore. Now let's talk about speed, because every time you respond immediately, you're telling someone they have your full attention. They set the pace, control the tempo, and you're just dancing to their rhythm. Machiavelli observed that people are so impatient, so inclined to obey immediate necessities, that they become easy victims. Use that against them. Delay is power. It creates space, doubt, fear. Someone texts you demanding an answer. Let it sit. Not for days, but long enough that they start wondering, did you see it? Are you ignoring them? Are you too busy to care? All these thoughts eat at them while you're doing absolutely nothing. The person who cares less controls the situation. When you rush to respond, you're showing exactly how much you care. When you take your time, you're demonstrating that they're not a priority. This works everywhere. In meetings, don't be the first to speak. Let others fill the silence with nervous chatter. Then when you finally talk, everyone listens because you made them wait. In arguments, don't match their energy. They go fast, you go slow. They raise their voice, you lower yours. This alone will drive them insane. The delay also gives you time to think. How many times have you responded too fast and regretted it? Speed robs you of strategy. When you slow down, you see the game differently. But here's where most people fail completely. They broadcast their pain. When something hurts, it shows on their face immediately. Someone says something cutting, and they either cry or lash out or scramble to defend themselves emotionally. And everyone watching takes notes. They just learned exactly which buttons to push next time. Pain is information, and information is power. When you show someone what hurt you, you've handed them a loaded weapon with instructions on exactly where to aim. Feel everything: rage, hurt, disappointment, feel it all. Just don't broadcast it. When someone says something that cuts deep, your face should show nothing. Not anger, not hurt, nothing. Let them wonder if it landed. That uncertainty will haunt them more than any comeback you could craft. Strong people absorb the hit like it's nothing. Someone insults them publicly, they smile. Someone betrays them, they act unbothered. Someone tries to embarrass them, they laugh it off. All while internally taking notes on who just revealed themselves as an enemy. Your pain is private property. Guard it. The good poker players never let you see what cards they're holding. Same principle applies here. Your emotional reactions are your cards. The moment you show them, people start calculating their next move based on what they saw. The boss who knows you're sensitive about your work will use that. The friend who knows you're insecure about your past will weaponize it. The partner who sees your jealousy will exploit it. Here's your new rule. When something hurts, your face stays neutral. Your voice stays steady. Your body language stays relaxed. Later, alone, process it however you need to. But in the moment, stone cold. And while we're talking about what not to give away, let's address your warmth. You hand it out like free samples, even to people who've just disrespected you. Someone tests your boundaries, and you still act friendly. Someone treats you like garbage, and you still try to keep the peace. That's not kindness, that's weakness, and people can smell it. Machiavelli said, if we must choose between being loved and feared, it's safer to be feared. He wasn't saying be cruel, he was saying don't be easy. When someone tests you, your warmth should vanish immediately, like a switch got flipped. Not angry, not reactive, just ice. This teaches them that your kindness comes with conditions. Respect me or lose access to the warm version of me. Your warmth is a privilege that should be earned and can be revoked. Someone takes you for granted? Pull back. Someone disrespects you? Go cold. Someone tests your boundaries? Show them the version they don't want to meet. People will start watching their words around you. They'll realize you're not someone who tolerates disrespect just to keep things comfortable. The ones who truly care will adjust, they'll apologize, fix their behavior. The ones who don't will disappear, and good riddance. Finally, understand this. You talk too much. Most people do. They spill their thoughts, plans, feelings like it's nothing, then wonder why nobody takes them seriously. Mystery is power. The less people know about you, the more they respect you. Machiavelli said everyone sees what you appear to be, but few experience what you really are. Control what people see. Keep who you really are locked away. When you share everything, you become ordinary, predictable, boring. When you hold back, you become interesting. Your life is not a public resource. Your thoughts are not free content. Your story is not entertainment for people who haven't earned the right to hear it. And here's the final truth. Your presence is everywhere, which is exactly why they don't value it. You want respect? Create distance. The moment you remove yourself from someone's daily life, they suddenly realize what they had. When you're always around, you become furniture. When you disappear, even temporarily, you become a question mark. Your absence creates a vacuum, and humans hate vacuums. We fill them with thoughts, worry, realization. This isn't manipulation. This is self-respect. If your presence doesn't add value to someone's life while you're there, your absence will teach them what they missed. Now drop this in the comments. I keep secrets and mean it.